everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Chase, and I gotta say, I have never been more excited coming out of E3 this weekend than I have ever. I think the last time I was this excited was when Gears of War 3 came out. Because that game was awesome, and I loved that game, and I was so excited for it. This time, I gotta say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the top. That is what I am most excited about. I think it is a renaissance for the franchise, and I love the direction that they're going for. And then, obviously, I think the popular favorite is Cyberpunk 2077. How could you not like it? It looks really cool, and obviously with Keanu Reeves showing up, you sold it. Everybody wants it now. So anyway, what better way to tip off E3 than with somebody you thought was gone for good, forever, to just pop their head back up and just put a little damper on it. That person is Anita Sarkeesian. And she had to basically just come out and threaten CDProjektRed, and then offer herself as the solution to her threat. Yeah, some full retard logic. So anyway, if you don't know what's her name is, Anita Sarkeesian, basically back about 4 or 5 years ago, there was a big fiasco called Gamergate. And Gamergate, the big principle of the matter was female representation in video games and how it was presented. And so Anita Sarkeesian was kind of the head of the movement in, I guess you could say, in against that kind of stuff, against like how games were being made, and that it should be more fair. And it's a lot like the whole situation in comics right now with Comicsgate, in that people just want apolitical comics. You know, if you want to throw in a little bit here and there, some symbolism, that's cool, whatever. But we want great stories. That's kind of like, it was like, before you make a great game, make sure you do all of this. Make sure you please everyone, and that you make sure that you have these statistics and demographics in your video game. All that before story. And so people were just like, no, we want good games. And I found out about her when she came on the scene with Sargon of Akkad. And it was at a VidCon, because at the time I was watching a lot of those kinds of YouTubers. And so she was on a panel at VidCon, and she basically just singled out Sargon of Akkad and called him a POS and a garbage human. And she was on the panel, he was literally just sitting in the crowd. She stopped the panel to call him out. Okay, so that's kind of the person who we're dealing with here. After that, I never actually heard of her again. Anita Sarkeesian. And she has a YouTube channel. She has actually a lot of subscribers, but man, her channel is pretty much, it's dead. She gets like 2,000-3,000 views on each video. Nobody wants to hear her message. She's pretty irrelevant now, for good reason. So anyway, to get to the point, she popped up on Twitter and on everybody's radar with a tweet she recently put out. So she pops up on here and says, hey, CDProjektRed, I'm always available for consulting, because it sure sounds like you might need it before the whole internet drags you for what sounds like some potentially sexist represent. I totally had a voice I was going to do for her, and I'm not doing it, so I'll finish it with it. Which we all know you've struggled with in the past. I was getting a little Miranda Sings there. Anyway, so is this a threat? Like, I know she's being a grifter right here. She's definitely being a grifter. And she's basically a problem that does not exist, okay? She is creating that problem and then saying, hey, you know this problem? I'm a solution to it. Okay? There was a fire here in Arizona like 10 years ago. And it was maybe even longer. But anyway, the point is, the guy was a firefighter. And so what he did was he went out and he started a fire because he needed work. So he went out, started a fire, so that way he could get called up to fight the fire. So that's literally what she's doing here. There is no problem. None. And so she's saying, hey, there's going to be problems. Just you wait. And then I'm going to be your savior to come help you. So she's literally shilling herself for something that doesn't even exist. So, fortunately, the internet responds in kind to such nonsense. So, let's see what some people say here. So yeah, that's her responding to herself. So stay far away from CDProjektRed. Look at what you did to BioWare. You ruined their games. I don't know why you are involved in the gaming sphere when you don't even play games. So stop giving advice and visiting game studios because you make everyone uncomfortable. I agree. Because she certainly makes me uncomfortable. The only consultant they need is Mike Pondsmith, the creator of Cyberpunk 2020. The gaming audience of Cyberpunk 2077 doesn't need your influence. Thanks, management. And it's Mike Pondsmith. He actually responded to. He didn't respond to her, but he responded to other criticisms, and he basically just laid it out, just to go blank themselves. The game will be good without your help, and if you did, it would only get worse. So yeah, people just ain't happy. It's about how it's represented and what values the overall narrative promote. You don't know that Cyberpunk 2077 takes place in a dystopian future where people use each other and betray each other to come out on top, right? This isn't Super Mario or Sonic. This is darker. Exactly. See, it's like people don't understand genres anymore. If you want a game like Minecraft, guess what? There is a game like Minecraft, and it's called Minecraft. If you want a game like Call of Duty, there's a game like Call of Duty. It's called Call of Duty. You go to that game and you play it. It's literally telling Burger King, hey, Burger King, you know what? You should make pizza. Like, you do a great job with burgers. You should start making pizza. No. Okay? And if you go and look, Infinity Ward has only ever made Call of Duty. I don't see them coming out with some version of Super Mario Galaxy. Like that's just not what they produce. Okay? They produce action first-person shooter games. And that's what we expect them to produce. We shouldn't expect them to produce something totally irrelevant to what their catalog already has. So if you want some kind of game that you really want, well, I guarantee there's probably a game out there that would probably satisfy everything you want. You don't have to go to somebody else's game that they really like and say, hey, you know what would make this better? What I like. Well, you know what? There's already a place for you. Why don't you go enjoy that? If it sucks, that's your problem. Try and fix it. Because we're having a good time over here. You were never invited. You were never invited. Okay? So go your way. We just keep walking. We don't want you over here. Yeah, and it just keeps going. More people. You and your ilk are not the whole of the internet, Anita. There are many of us who see absolutely no problem with what CD Projekt Red is doing, and many of us feel this perspective is needed in the industry. Exactly. Exactly. We got Burger King. We don't expect them to make pizza. We don't expect pizza to make burgers. Okay? This is action, adventure, sci-fi. And it's very dark. That's what we want. That's what this game is giving. So there are Star Wars games out there where you can get the just very more PG rated kind of feel. That's what you're looking for. Go enjoy those. That's why they're there. Anita, you do realize this is called racketeering, right? This is literally what the mafia did to small business owners. You are attempting to extort money from business owners through the use of social influences. Exactly. That's exactly what she's doing. She is literally presenting, let's call it what it is, a threat. Hey, it would be a shame. It would be a shame for this business to die. Horrible impression there. You gotta ask yourself why would somebody come out and do this? And I think the answer is very obvious, because she responds with, video game designers, let me help you avoid these kinds of mistakes. I want you to make great games you're envisioning while appealing to a broader audience, and that includes not offending the entire market segment. Not offending entire market, whatever, I don't even care what she said. You're going to offend some market segments. Some market segments are not going to be interested in what you're doing. Like, I am not interested in, Anita, take this for example, okay? You are talking about appealing to everyone. Well, honey, everybody in your comment thread hates you. You are appealing to nobody. So why is anybody going to take you serious? Okay? Take these hot takes and take shilling your consulting company after you get some, some presence with that other lame tweet, and then you shill your consulting company to do a job that you aren't even doing successfully to brand your own self. Okay? You are a brand, Anita Sarkeesian, and your brand is failing. So why would anybody take it upon themselves to hire you to help theirs when you can't even help yourself? Okay? Michael Jordan, cue the Michael Jordan gif. Stop it. Get some help. Okay? So, anyway, this reminds me a lot of also a little side story that came out of E3 with Zombie Unicorn and her attacking the booth babes and all that at E3, and just shilling for attention, to get attention. So anyway, CD Projekt Red has not responded to her, and nor should they. They do not need to. Like, responding to her would only lend her more credibility. And the best thing to do is just let it go, ignore it, and it'll pass. Because SJWs, like her, have no staying power. And they will move on to try and ruin something else. So anyway, if you like this video, please like it down below, because that really helps. And if you haven't already, subscribe and click that bell so that way you get notifications. Thank you guys for holding out this long. And honestly, go out, get Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out. Thank you guys. Peace.